I got to get out of the house. I feel like I'm going stir crazy. I haven't done anything that required me leaving my home. I went in the backyard, worked Bowser, but I haven't even seen another human being. So I think I'm gonna drive down to the Dandy Mart. There is nothing in Beaver Dams. There's nothing. So I'm gonna drive down to Dandy Mart, and I don't know. Maybe I'll get some Zantac. That's why I'm going down there, to get some Zantac, because I am having a little acid reflux, but it's not so bad. It isn't. I was talking to a friend. Evidently, there's a bunch of basketball games in Brooklyn. You know, I don't give a shit about basketball or football. She's excited. Jinyan's really excited about, I don't know, the teams that are playing. I don't know. You know, the Cavaliers, I know that's one of them, because a friend of mine that's a comedian went to UVA, and she was talking about the Cavaliers and was all excited. And just as shocking that the comedian, right, is excited. I was shocked that she follows any type of sports. She just doesn't seem like that. It's just as shocking that Jinyan is into, you know, team sports. It's just crazy. I don't know. I was never into it. My dad would come to Kansas City when I was at the Art Institute, and he'd want to take me to a baseball game, right? Thinking that, like, oh yeah, that I like that. I don't like that. You know, I was working, building pools. My dad comes up there. I was exhausted. And then I had to go out to a stupid fucking baseball game. You know, I just sat there and drank beer and got buzzed and fell asleep. That was it. And then finally I told my dad later in life, I said, you know, I don't even like to watch baseball. And he's like, really? I thought you did. I thought everybody did, or something like that. And I'm like, no. Baseball is the most boring sport. It is. It's a boring sport. One of my clients, the owner is a baseball player. I told him flat out, like, I don't follow the sport. I don't care about the sport. I asked him how the team's doing and shit like that. One year they went to the World Series. You know, there's a young dude on, I'm not going to say whose team it is. I'm sure you can figure it out. It's one of the two New York teams, but he's young, so he's like one of their hopes for the team. I'm not going to say which team it is, but he's you know, I guess he's very talented as a baseball player. No, I'm not going to tell you what position he plays. I'm not going to tell you that either. You'd be able to figure it out easy. He's a big dude too. He's a big dude. Not as big as DeGrom or whatever his name. Oh, I gave you a hint. Not as big as him, but he's like, I was standing next to this baseball player. This is the truth. Last time I took his dog back, right? Well, I handed off to his wife, and then he came down, and so I was talking to him for a few seconds before I jumped to the car, and I'm looking at him, I'm going, dude, you are a motherfucking monster. You know? Like, he looks really normal. If he's walking towards you, you wouldn't see just how how big the dude really is. But he's like, if you were in a fight with it doesn't matter if it's baseball. I mean, this guy is probably, could probably play a lot of sports. He did not play football, I asked him. He said his mom wasn't into it. She's afraid of head injuries, which is why my mom wouldn't let me do it. I had a head injury when I was a kid. I fell off a cliff. This is a true story. And that's why my mom wouldn't let me box. She said, absolutely not. There's no way. And then I was trying to talk my dad into it, and then my dad sided with my mom. It was weird because my dad boxed. But my dad said no. And when I think about it, I think that they were smart to make that decision. I can still do contact sports, you know, as a grappler. That's what I was good at. You know, I was good at that. So it was fine. I didn't need to box. You know, I think boxing. This is the truth. When I see MMA, when I watch MMA, and I see somebody that has a boxing background or a wrestling background, and if I was gonna bet on either one, I'll go with the wrestler. You get that this is from personal experience. You get the person that boxes on the ground, they're fucked. Ground and pound. That's always how I was. It's the truth, man. Those boxers, you know, they're great standing up, but you get them on the ground and they're fucked. They're fucked. They don't know what to do. So even if it's somebody that's had, you know, trained in multiple disciplines and it's MMA, but their original discipline is boxing, I'll go with the grappler any day. Seriously. Now, grappling, that could be collegiate wrestling, that could be jiu-jitsu, that could be judo, any of the grappling sports. You know, they're going to take out the boxer. You can't train that boxing out of the boxer. They always want to stand up, you know. My dad told me something. This is what my dad told me as a kid. I should tell the story because I'm telling it already. But I lost a fight in like 1st or 2nd grade, and it happened in my backyard. And evidently my father watched the fight. And I was biting a kid that was older than me and a little bit bigger. And at a point, I had him on the ground and I let him up. It was a huge mistake because he got me down. He ended up winning the fight. So about a week and a half later or something, this is how I know my dad saw that I was in this fight. My dad said, "Peter, if you ever get in a fight and you have them down on the ground, hit them. Hit them real hard so they don't want to get up." It's words to live by. My dad was wise when I came to a few things. Fighting, dog training, shit like that. He's a wise man, and it's true. Now, this is YouTube. I don't want to talk about fighting too much because this is a, you know, it's all about the family on YouTube now. It is. Why I'm on that subject, YouTube, I wanted to tell everybody I have opened up a new channel. So I have 4 channels. I have Peter Caine Dog Training, the original channel. I got Caine's Wetland Skunk Ape, right? That's my Bigfoot channel. I have this channel, which is Peter Shops at Walmart. And now I have a channel, a dog training channel, Dog Training by Peter Caine. It's just going to be dog training. And I'm going to make a playlist of each of the commands. So it'll be one-stop shopping. So like if I do a video on sit or heel, it goes in the sit or heel playlist. You understand what I'm saying? There might be a playlist just for retrieving. You know, maybe the retrieving one is also about hold and drop. So anyway, check it out. I might open up another one tomorrow, Cooking with Caine. That's probably a go-to. It's just nice to be out of the house, seriously. I was going stir crazy. I've gotten a lot done working on the house, and I've gotten a lot done on Bowser. I have plenty of time left to get Bowser finished out real good. The dog's awesome to work with. I love him. He's great. He's a typical little retriever. Had some refusals lately, which is good. We want the refusals now, not later. You know, we don't want the dog doing that to the owner. You do it now. We work the dog past it. He's awesome. Check it out. There it is. Am I gonna buy some? No, I'm not drinking any more Red Bull. Hey.
That company should have sent me a couple free cases, because now I'm not going to talk about you and I'm not drinking this shit anymore. Fuck caffeine. Tell you what sounds good, but I'm not going to get it because it'll screw up my stomach and I'm having, you know, some heartburn. It's coffee. It sounds delicious, but coffee's been, you know, I haven't been drinking it for a long time. It really screws me up. It give me heartburn real bad. Look at all this shitty white bread. Fucking unbelievable. I can't believe anybody buys this garbage. Seriously. Wonder Bread. It's fucking gross, man. Why can't they just make decent bread and just sell decent bread and that's what everybody buys? Nobody should be eating that. That's worse for you than probably Red Bull. Just so everybody knows, I am drinking a little black tea. Not much. This is the truth. I'm drinking mostly juice. I didn't want to get a caffeine headache, so I've had about the equivalent each day of the small one of these. You know what I'm talking about? So one of these big ones is lasting me 3 days. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm drinking other stuff. I just want to put a little caffeine into me so I don't get that caffeine headache. I really quit. When I say I quit, that's what I do. I say something, I say I'm going to do something, and I do it. That's how you have to be.
I'll tell you what they should take off the market is cigarettes. I don't know. I guess if you smoke them and you're addicted, that's, you know, you don't want them taken off, but come on, man, that's ridiculous. You know? It is. It's ridiculous. As somebody that smoked, it was terrible trying to quit. Well, I quit when I quit drinking booze years ago. I was like, fuck it, I'm quitting both. It's gross. It gives you cancer. There's nothing positive about it. It tastes like shit. It does. It's not like it tastes good. Just take it off the market. You can't buy tobacco. You can make it so you can grow your own if you want. Make it sort of like weed. You can't buy tobacco anymore, you know? You can grow it in your backyard, but if the cops come and find you, this is true. I believe this is true. If you grow tobacco, you have the ATF to deal with. And I believe that all the plants are sort of like, it's you know, every plant has to be accounted for in some way. I know this because somebody bought some that I know from a state fair, and each plant had like this tag on it, like, you know, like they were buying the whole tobacco plant, but it was all tagged, where it was grown, who grew it, shit like that. It's not like, you know, weed in the 70s. That's all regulated too, you know. Weed tastes better than tobacco, for sure. They should just, big tobacco should just stop growing tobacco and start growing weed. You know. Why not? All the states will be selling it soon. In Canada, you can buy it, right? British Columbia, I'm pretty sure. I think you can buy it in other areas of Canada too. I think. Remy's on the dashboard, kind of like right in my, I don't know, she's small, she's not taking up, she's sort of in my way, you know, right, Remy? I love the bird. Bird's awesome. Seriously, she's such a sweet animal. She's the best.